Hello everyone, welcome to Titan Web Tutorials. In this video we'll discuss the label on the element settings of input fields. Alright, so let's throw in a couple of input fields on our form, and let's say we'll do text field and we'll put in another text and let's say an email field. If I'll go to any of these and I'll head over to the configuration for the input field, we can see that we have the label here. So if I'll change the label and I'll call this first name, and the next one will be last name, and I'll save it and let's preview and let's see what this does. So label is very simple usage, but it has more meanings of just displaying it. So we didn't save the project, so it didn't show up. So let's save it. Now preview now, and here is our inputs. So if I'll click this, we can see the label first name, and this one the label is last name, and the text field is our placeholder. And the email field, we didn't change the label. This is why it's showing the email field. So whenever you don't want to show the label, it's always good practice to just untick the show label, and then it will still have a label in the back end, but it will just not show it. And the reason for this is when you head over to any integration such as Salesforce and you want to map it, this label will show up in your search results. So if I will remove the label from the first name, we will no longer be able to find it by the label. Even though it's always a good practice to set a tag name, since you can have multiple pages on the site and you can collect similar information for a lead object, for a case object, and many of them will have email fields and first name, last name fields, and just depending on the label is not good enough. Always a best practice to add in a tag. Still, label, aside from presenting it, it will still show up in your search results also for conditions. So if I'll head over to a condition and I'll say any condition, I'll hit configure and I'll say effect element. If I'll search last name, it will show up by the label of the field. And this is how it's done.